No, I'm hungry. Deuces. This is Food, Fun, and Facts with Big D. Now that's delicious.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Back with another video for you. Today I'm going to be making ham. Now, of course, we're making half the ham that we normally make because, well, we have to be on this stay-at-home orders. So to get started, we got our ham unwrapped. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. We're gonna take off some of these inedible parts, some of the skin. Depending on your ham, it all depends. Some of you may have a fat cap here that you might want to take off, but we're gonna start doing that now. So just take real thin slices of it off. Obviously, you don't want to cut off too much of the meat, right? So you just take off these ugly bits, because once they cook, they turn basically into rubber. And you're gonna go all the way around the ham and do that. All right, as you can see, we cleaned up the ham real good. One note, this is a smoked, fully cooked, smoked ham, okay? This is not the leg that you buy from the meat counter that hasn't been smoked or prepared. This is already smoked, fully cooked. We're just gonna reheat it and then add a glaze to it. But you've cleaned it up. You have all these scraps left over, all this fat, all this skin that you know, normally wouldn't wanna eat because it gets kind of rubbery. However, you could use that in beans if you wanted to, or use some of the chunks of fat to fry with. Fry it prior to putting whatever it is you're gonna fry in the pan. And trust me, it'll be delicious because it's gonna have that hickory smoked flavor from the ham and pig lard, right? Okay, so now that you've trimmed it up, what you're gonna do is you're going to cut slits in the ham all the way across, as deep as you want, probably about a 1/4 of an inch. You can go deeper if you want, but you're gonna start at an angle from here, and you're gonna just cut a slit like this, like this, like this, about 2 inches apart roughly, all the way across the whole entire ham. You can go all the way around if you want. I normally don't. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go in the opposite direction and cut at a different angle. So that way you get like this crisscross pattern on the ham. So when you're putting your cloves in, it has a neat little pattern. All the way across like that, okay? So you can't see them, but there are slits in here. And what you're going to do is you're gonna take whole cloves that look like this, and you're just gonna take those whole cloves and you're gonna stick them into the ham. Right where you made those slits at, all over the entire ham. So I'm gonna do this. You guys can watch. I'm gonna speed it up, but I'm gonna do it right now in real time. So you guys get the point. I'm gonna finish doing this and it'll be done in 3, 2, 1. Now, what we're going to do is we're gonna bake this probably for about 2 or 3 hours. You wanna check on it every hour. You want that internal temp to be about 160-ish before we put the glaze on. Don't worry though, I'm gonna show you guys how to put the glaze. But before you put it in the oven, you're gonna take some pineapple slices, okay? You can open these bad boys up. Save the juice, don't drink it. Even though it's tempting, you're gonna save the juice and you're going to use that juice for the glaze in a little bit when I show you guys how to do that. Okay, so you're gonna take your pineapple slices and you're just gonna lay them on top of the ham. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be anything. It's just to add a little bit of extra flavor. Not to mention, when this ham is done, you're gonna wanna eat them pineapples because they're gonna be sitting in all the juices from the ham. Put them on top, layer them over there, over the top, just like that, okay? And hey, if there's a little bit extra, go ahead and eat one. Why not, right? Good stuff. Make sure you cover your ham before you put it in the oven. Cover it nice and tight with aluminum foil, and you'll be good to go. All right, guys, so now we're gonna get the glaze going for the ham. It's been in the oven still about 2 hours. The internal temperature at this point is about 100 degrees. We wanted it at about 150, 160 degrees, just so that it's heated all the way to the bone. For this glaze, you have your pineapple juice from earlier that you strained. You're gonna use a whole can of crushed pineapple, about a tablespoon of mustard, and this is a 4-pound bag of brown sugar, but I'm gonna use about half of it, so about 2 pounds of brown sugar. You can add more or less just depending on how sticky you want your glaze to be. You can also add red wine, but this is what we've got. So you're gonna put it over high heat. You're gonna put in your crushed pineapple, the remainder of the juice from the other pineapple, about 2 pounds of brown sugar, roughly, give or take. And about a, oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Tablespoon of, oh geez, shouldn't ate that chili. And then we're just gonna stir that. We're gonna stir that over a medium heat. You're gonna let it reduce. If it doesn't thicken up with the reduction, what you can do is you can add a little bit of cornstarch mixed with hot water into it, and it'll thicken up real nice. Once the internal temperature of the ham gets to about 150 degrees, we'll put the glaze over, take the foil off the ham. All right, guys, ham has been in the oven for about 3.5 hours now. The internal temp's about 145-ish. I took it out because I'm gonna put the glaze on it. Go ahead and check that out. Isn't that delicious? All right, so now we're gonna just put the glaze over the whole entire ham. We're gonna leave the foil off. We're gonna put it back in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until that glaze starts to caramelize. All right, so just gonna put it over the top like that. And I mean, don't be light with it. Put as much on there as you can. You should have more than enough glaze to cover the entire ham. It'll make it nice and sticky. All that sugar is gonna caramelize. Get it, just pour the whole damn thing on there. Ooh, look at that. Save a little bit to add for the end, and just in case you want to use it to dip. All right, now we're gonna put this into the oven. Turn it up to 400, 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll pull it out. All right, guys. It's been about 15 minutes. Let's take this bad boy out of the oven. Ooh, look at that. All right. All right, so there you guys have it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you guys try it out. It's delicious. Let me tell you, it is bomb. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. That way, all the juices have a chance to go back in. And make sure everybody has a happy Easter, guys. If it's a day later and you're watching this, I hope your Easter was good. Unfortunately, we all can't be together with our family because normally everybody comes over. But for my family, for my friends, those of you that haven't been able to come over, that we haven't been able to visit, we love you. Take care, everybody. Deuces!